Hello and welcome to the Beyond the Scoreboard podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Gibbs. I'm the multimedia reporter here at Viewpoints, and I'm joined beside...
My name is Ernie Tobar. I'm back again, and I am a sports reporter.
This is going to be episode 2 of the Beyond the Scoreboard podcast. We're going to be covering RCC sports, March Madness on both women's and men's side. Start off with the RCC. The track team had a couple meets over the past 2 weeks. On the 20th of March, we had the women's team, Casey Coyotes, won the 100-meter dash with a time of 11.91 seconds. Pretty fast, don't you think, Ernie?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I don't know much about her or the sport, but I've heard a little bit, and I heard she was kind of pretty good.
Okay. You also had some top 10 finishes with Sarah Britton. Caritas also took 5th in the 200-meter dash, clocking at a 25.05 seconds. With men's side also, that's pretty good for women's side, because I think the record's 22 seconds.
I want to say I think it's a little bit quicker than that.
A little bit quicker, but that's still really good, especially improving throughout the season as well. And then Sky Williams grabbed 7th in the 200-meter dash with a 25.20 seconds. Moving on to the men's side for the 20th meet of March, Alex Wesolowski got runner-up in the 1,500-meter dash with a time of 3 minutes, 59.57 seconds. You got to go to milliseconds when it comes to track. Those really count. I ran track in high school. You really got to have those like tenths of a second because you can have a full-on sprint at the very end of the race.
Track's insane, man.
No, yeah, it really is. You get it. They're so long of meets too. They're crazy, especially those later events with the mile, 2 mile.
Yeah, bro.
Tracks, that's too hard. No, that's like probably people might not think it is because it's just running and all that type of stuff, but it's actually probably one of the hardest sports there is because you got to condition, train, and everything like that. So it's insane.
Yeah, I mean you gotta get your strength training first, then conditioning. It's insane. In the 3K we had Wesolowski clocking at 8:58, and Martin Sandoval was right behind him to take 5th with a 8:59. The steeplechase, the 3K steeplechase, where you have to jump over a hurdle and over water. Daim Tolbert, second fastest time with a 10:32, and Dylan Burhop with a time of 11:07. And moving on to the 27th of March, the men's 4x4 relay team finished top with 3 minutes and 11 seconds, while Cameron Hawkins won the triple jump with 14.11 meters. Joaquin Leyva followed in 9th with a mark of 13.26 meters. You had some other 400-meter dash runners with Orlando Collins and Jared Schlup. Second and third, 47.60 and then 48.1. These track runners are really, really good. 400-meter dash, the world record's 42 seconds.
Is it really?
Yeah. I think it was Quincy Hall in the Olympics last year or 2 years ago.
The Olympics were 2 years ago.
Yeah. He went off.
Was it really 42?
I think it was 42, maybe 43.
Damn, I never realized it was Quincy Hall actually that said it.
And I know Quincy Wilson, he's going to Maryland, I think. And he
just barely turned 18, no?
Yeah, he's running like a 44, so that's pretty good. We're doing pretty good with track, I'd say, finishing really good top places for some of the individuals. Teams finishing really good, looking to make a good improvement towards the rest of the season. Moving on to baseball, the Riverside City Tigers, they got their first loss in Orange Empire Conference series, with a loss to Saddleback College, dropping a 6-4 11-inning loss on the 24th of March. Heartbreak in 11 innings, but it shows that your pitching was good. You just couldn't get those timely hits. But in those other games after where they won the series, the final game on the 28th of March, Riverside had 10 hits in the game. Josh Chires, 2 for 4. Luis Sosa, 2 for 4. You had a scoreless 3.5 innings until that bottom of the fourth where RCC took a 4-0 lead with back-to-back singles, and then they got drove in by Aiden Erlinson. And then Bubba Heidler, talked about him last week, former Paloma Valley baseball player, looked really good on those TikToks from Paloma Valley, and he's making an impact for the RCC Tigers with him doubling in 2 runs in that 4th inning, and then he came around and scored on a base hit by Noah Harris.
I know I paid attention a little bit, so I know they did have a shutout. Was it to the 8th inning, 9th inning?
I think something like that.
And then they ended up scoring, but they only got 1, obviously. But I think they had them shut out to like the 8th or 9th.
Yeah, something like that. RCC, the baseball team's pretty good for community colleges ranks in SoCal and just all over the state of California.
Really solid squad over
Yeah. Ranking number 6, I've got a few friends that are on that team. Not sure if he's playing right now, but Brock Dixon, he was one of my favorite friends in high school on Temescal Canyon's baseball team. We went against Bubba Heidler, so we really have to show a comparison about where all these players are coming from.
It's pretty cool that, especially if you, I guess, know them is the term to use, but I guess like played against them, played with them, like that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool to watch them kind of grow too, as an athlete, as a player, that kind of stuff. It's pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, it's fun to watch seeing your former teammates or just see them improve as much as they can. Moving on to the softball team, I'll let you take over, Ernie.
So the softball team, they are also playing Saddleback. I believe they lost the series for sure, but I believe the game was the 27th?
26th.
What is the 26th?
Yeah.
They played 27th too.
They
no?
played the 27th, 26th, I think the 24th.
Oh, so they won. They lost the first game of the series, and then they came back on the 26th and run-ruled Saddleback 14-6. And then they played the next day, I believe, the 27th, and they lost that one to lose the series. But who was Alicia Kendrick? She 3 straight games with a home run, so she's hitting those balls, seeing them well, able to drive and run, stuff like that. It just, unfortunately, they couldn't get it done that game.
But a run rule against Saddleback College shows some improvement that you were talking about last episode.
They got their bats, just timely hits, good hits. They saw the ball well. Pitching kind of brought it a little bit. Just I guess the offense though, that's the main thing. They just went to work that game. They just put it all in there, left it all out there. Base hits, home runs, everything.
Yeah, just great improvement. They're back home on this Thursday, April 2nd, where you can catch them potentially try to win that series. Moving on to golf, in their Orange Empire Conference tournament on, I believe it was the 20th of March.
I believe so.
They took 3rd place in that conference tournament, shooting 2 over for the entire group, score of 290. Which is pretty good for an entire group. You had Elijah Gonzalez. He led Riverside with 2 under, a total round of 70, while Rigo Navarro and Jack Wasserman got 73s, and Black Reichert rounded out the top 4 with a 74. Pretty good for a course. Placing top 3 in this conference, I'd say, is pretty good.
Yeah, from what I've seen, the OEC, no matter what sport it is, I feel like there's always, it could be baseball, softball, golf, tennis. There's always solid teams, so to be playing well and like regardless of the sport is pretty cool to see because it's always a tough matchup no matter who you're against.
Yeah, this OEC is
insane.
It's insane. The track team, baseball, you never know what's gonna happen with anything going on. And moving on to the tennis team, we had a 9-0 shutout against Fullerton College. What do you think about that?
Tennis, it's insane because people are like, oh, it's just hitting the ball back and forth. No, it's more to that. You gotta have the right spin, hit it right. Gotta know the angles. You have to, because even just then, like, you can, oh, it's coming right to me, but it could take an awkward bounce or go somewhere else. So just be able to shut somebody out like that, especially in tennis. It's pretty cool. It's pretty good.
Yeah, forehand, backhand, all those are insane to me.
They're honestly really there's some talented athletes. Just people don't. I feel like people underestimate them. I should say.
I feel like it's not like broadcasted as much as it should. I mean, you have those Australian Opens and the U.S. Opens, but you don't really see the other majors going on besides the big
ones. Exactly. I'm with you on that one because they're a lot more talented than they get credit for.
Yeah. You had some great games with both sides, the women's and men's side, just picking up 2 wins for both sides, doing pretty good, I'd say.
I believe both are pretty high in the rankings. Too,
yeah, and I think these were those conference champions or the tournaments. So Tigers for the men's side went 14-3 overall, 5-2 in the conference, and then the women's side 12-2 on the year, 6-1 in the conference.
12-3 now. They lost to Orange Coast on the 20. What's the day? It was the 26th.
So 12-3 on the year, 6-2 in conference. I'd say that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's still really good. Just regardless of what happened, that's still a really good record, regardless of the loss.
And then just rounding off RCC sports, they look really good this year. We've seen crazy improvement from track team to tennis side, baseball and softball. Looking good to see them improve throughout the year.
Yeah, I will say for softball too, though, they have a younger team now, or not now, but I guess this season. So it's a little bit of like a learning adjustment. So I feel like as they get that experience from this year to next year, I feel like they'll be a much better team than compared to this season because they get the experience from it. So
experience is key. Learning to communicate with others, that teamwork really makes a difference. Speaking of college sports and teamwork, March Madness has been going on, and we talked last week, 2 weeks ago, the 16th of March, about CBU. That game against Kansas on the men's side, really pitiful first half, I'd say. What do you think about that?
So they kind of explained it during the broadcast, kind of like the teams have it in them to make a run, to play really well. It's just that first half, it's like a learning adjustment from playing certain colleges to playing like the top teams in the league. So, or not the league, country, I should say. But so I feel like that's what kind of hurt them playing. They played in the
I think it was the WAC.
WAC. There we go. I couldn't think of the name. The WAC. And they were playing Big Ten, I believe. No, Kansas, Big 12. Big 12. And they're obviously one of the best in the country every single year, best players, stuff like that. So I feel like that first half was more like a learning adjustment for them.
Dom Daniels.
My boy Dom Daniels.
That second half of him, I've never seen a player take over like that in a while since maybe Jack Golke of Oakland against Kentucky 2 years ago.
Man, he scored, I think at one point, he scored like 13 straight points for them or something like that.
I think it was 13,
Something
maybe
like that.
more. Just
he brought him back, man.
He took over. I mean, losing less than 5 points to Kansas.
I think they lost by like 9 at the end, but
Kansas made a little run at the end.
Yeah, but it was also like free throws and all that. But those 5 points, I mean, Dom Daniels carried that CBU Lancers team to almost beating the top 4 seed in the March Madness bracket.
Yeah, not to discredit the rest of their players, because they all played well, pitched in, did their thing, but just Dom Daniels took out. He's on another level.
Yeah. I mean, it's Dom Daniels.
Yeah.
That lefty shot, step back over Darren Peterson, top 3 projected pick in this upcoming NBA draft. He's got some type of dog in him.
Smaller guy too.
Yeah.
Only 5'10".
5'10". Do you think he's could be moving up to transfer to a different school, or do you think he's got a home set with the Lancers?
So he is a senior, so he's graduating. So this was his last season, unfortunately. But I believe he's talented and good enough to get to the NBA at least, especially at the beginning, like to kind of lock onto a team and see how he progresses from there.
I think it's big with like maybe the G League, start down there.
Something.
Maybe even Euro, like just something to get his name going. because he's really a good player. You just don't really see too many undersized guards in the NBA now.
This tournament, I will say, this tournament did help his stock a lot, though. I feel like that's why I feel more teams are going to be looking towards him. Maybe the back half of the draft kind of thing. Yeah. But he put his name out there, and I feel like teams are going to start looking twice at him now, kind of, maybe we should get this guy, you know?
Yeah, so. I think so too. Maybe undrafted, something like that. He's good enough he's good. The 29th of March, moving in later into this bracket of the Elite Eight, that Duke and UConn game, 1 versus 2, to get into the Final Four to face, I believe it's Illinois.
I think so.
That was a crazy, crazy last finish. 10 seconds left. You have Caden Boozer, Cameron Boozer's, I think their twin brother. I don't know which one's older. I think Cameron's older, but Cameron's the taller one. He's projected top 3. Caden, the younger brother, went to go throw a pass and just got deflected by 2 people. I believe it was Braylon Mullins and Alex Caravan. Just nylon, straight nylon. And like the announcer said after the shot, onions. That's just, what a great call by Ian Eagle and his crew.
He's really good.
Ian Eagle's really good. Just great call, great finish. Braylon Mullins, 3-pointer from half court. He looked pretty good. Dan Hurley almost cost him that game, though, at the end. He head-butted a ref.
I saw that. I was like, I didn't know what was happening there, but I saw that. I don't know what to say about that. That was kind of strange.
Yeah, that should have been a technical, but wasn't called. So hindsight's 2020. UConn moved on. Can't really fret about these things, but just crazy games in March.
Oh yeah,
it's March Madness for a reason.
It's where the Cinderellas come from.
Yeah, we didn't really have too many Cinderellas this March, but we had some crazy games, that's for sure. You got Illinois, a 3 seed, UConn, a 2 seed, Arizona, a 1 seed, and Michigan, a 1 seed in the Final Four. Michigan in their game on Sunday, the 29th of March, won by 35 against Tennessee.
It's crazy. Michigan, too, they're a good basketball school. But I feel like, how do I say it? You don't normally think they're the type who would destroy somebody like that, especially this time.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, they're a good basketball school, but it's just crazy to see them just dismantle somebody like that still.
I mean, I think they emptied the bench, and they're it's Michigan, so you're not going to have a bad player on the team.
Exactly.
I think they shot it from, who knows how far, and the bench just went crazy.
Dude.
March Madness is fun to watch.
He's got the
best in everybody.
Yeah.
Every time.
I'm excited to see this Final Four action. My bet's going to be Arizona versus Michigan. What's your thought?
I don't know. I will say, I know this might seem not controversial, but I can't think of the word at the moment.
Crazy?
Unpopular, I guess, is the word. But unpopular, but I think Michigan can take it all. They have the talent. I feel like they can hang with anybody. So I definitely feel like they could win it all this season.
I think all these teams have some future NBA players.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Michigan with Yaxel Lendenberg, and I think Ade Mara, their power forward center duo. Illinois with Keaton Wagler, undersized guard, about 6'3". He looks pretty good. UConn with Braylon Mullins, he's a shooter. And you got, who is it? Braden Burries of Arizona, Koa P, all of these players. You got some good headlines.
Arizona surprised a lot of people, too. You wouldn't think of them as a basketball school, but they are a really good basketball team every season.
Every year. They're a basketball school to me. They've always been a basketball school. Their football team hasn't always been great.
They've always had a good baseball team.
Baseball team's great, but it's college baseball. You're not really hearing about them because it's not broadcasted nationally.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, college baseball is probably one of my favorite things to watch, especially you have so many upsets every single day. College baseball's fun to watch.
I will say though, people gotta turn to softball more, man.
No, yeah.
Those girls, those women, they get down, bro.
Yeah.
Like during the games, especially towards the hotter months, like the tournaments come in, the SEC tournaments, Big 12 tournaments, wherever it is. That's when you get every team's best. So, man, they get down. They play, like, step up everything.
I know last year, the College World Series for softball.
Yeah.
What was it? Texas Tech, Stanford?
No, Texas Tech, Texas at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Or are you talking about the
I think it was.
one of the games where Texas Tech almost lost? I think it was. I think they had to come back in like the
something like that.
15
But,
or
like, it's some crazy games going on. It's just star talent after star talent.
especially the top teams: Oklahoma, Texas Tech, Texas,
Nebraska.
Tennessee, Nebraska. Jordy or not Jordy Ball anymore. Jordy Fromm.
I think it's
She's
ball.
She's married. She got married.
Oh, she got married?
Yeah, last summerish, I think it was.
Huh.
I want to say last summerish. So she's Jordy Fromm now, technically.
But she's good.
She's
You have some. She's probably one of the second, maybe it's like 1A, 1B with her in the Texas Tech picture.
Nigel Kennedy.
Yeah, as the best.
Yeah,
Some crazy.
they're insane to watch. It's fun to watch them play too, regardless.
And then you got just crazy sports on every single side, like the women's bracket for the NCAA tournament. I mean, UConn, they destroyed everybody. I mean, it's UConn.
Yeah.
They have so many championships, all that. But the game I watched, I believe it was Saturday, the 28th, may have been Friday, the 27th. Duke versus LSU. LSU down like 15 in the fourth quarter, maybe third quarter, and they get back and they bring it down to, they tie it. And then they take the lead with like about 20 seconds left. And Duke almost lost that game trying to have that inbounds play. And then the next play where they get the ball back, step back three, straight. Well, not even, it was like a toilet bowl shot. Like, if you know what I mean.
Oh, went around the rim.
Yeah, it went around the rim 4 times and then dropped in, just chaos erupted. And it's great to see some crazy games in March Madness.
2 things I want to say. So one thing is South Carolina. They're always a problem, especially like the women's side. They Oklahoma, that is a really good team they played, and they just dominated Oklahoma. Like Oklahoma, like they stood no chance. They just every shot they made went in, played great defensively. Just South Carolina, they're always going to be a problem. I feel like they will win the championship.
Yeah, it's South Carolina.
Saley, man, she gets them right.
They've always been a great team for as long as I've known.
They got one of the. I believe she's the best coach in the league or the conference or the country, I should say.
Yeah.
She's that good. And then the other thing I want to do is kind of a little shout out, but CBU, their women's team, they got destroyed by UCLA on the 20th, 21st, I believe, one of those days. I think it was a Saturday, that 21st. And one of my favorite players, somebody I know, Cece Legaspi, she announced she's transferring out on this past 28th, I think it was 27th.
Was it Saturday?
I think it was Friday.
The 27th.
Yeah, she posted out that she was transferring. So, kind of shout out to Cece Legaspi, and gonna miss her balling out for CBU. So, it's gonna suck, but rooting for her wherever she goes.
And speaking of CBU, we just had their men's basketball head coach. He's heading out. He got
Arizona
news.
State.
Arizona State. What was it today?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
I think like kind of midday yesterday.
Yeah.
I think it was announced. Or he not announced, but I think he put out something.
He put out a letter.
Something like
to-
midday yesterday.
Yeah.
Or not yesterday, the 29th.
Yeah, the 29th of March. He's heading to Arizona State to be an assistant coach. Good praise from him. I mean, he got the CBU Lancers to March Madness.
Yeah, he was the head coach for the winningest coach of CBU history. I think 13 seasons?
14 seasons?
I think it was
Something like
13,
that?
he said.
There's something like that. So he's been there for a while.
It was since 2014.
So
I
like
believe.
15 seasons. Yeah. So he's. I think Arizona State's getting a good one out of him. So
It's sad to see him leave the Lancers.
Yep.
I watched a game, I think it was last year. They looked really good against GCU, but it's also GCU and CBU in that conference. They're good teams, and you're just battling against each other. But
now everybody's leaving the
WAC, heading to the Big West.
Yeah, it's I can't remember. I know CBU for sure.
CBU.
GCU is not coming.
I think it's Utah Valley.
Utah Valley, Seattle U. I can't remember Seattle U or not.
But you have some 4 teams going to the Big West, and you have some other teams heading into the WAC to take over those spots. Exactly. Thank you for joining in and listening to the Beyond the Scoreboard podcast. This was episode 2, the March 30th edition. I'm your host, Andrew Gibbs, and I was joined along my side with
Ernie Tobar.
We are your reporters here at Viewpoints doing this sports podcast. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you every other week.